Rant.
You're ready for the pain and feel completely dirty when you're done. Arvin, are you ready for blast off?
I told you not to eat Indian food, man.
How are you blasted off? Prematurely.
We are
The Three Guys Rant.
Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
I already feel dirty.
Call us at 855-693-GUYS.
And if you didn't understand that, let me tell it to you in English, because that was Puerto Rican. You are listening to The Three Guys Rant. 855-69-3-GUYS. That's 693-4896.
693?
I love me some pizza.
All right. We're back for another edition of The Three Guys Rant on KCAA 1050. It's another Thursday. And it's going to be a good show. Wait. You're going to understand every word you hear today. Special in-studio guest, we have Lindsay Frame. She speaks English. The one that's missing is the Boricua. And his Puerto Rican third world country accent will not be with us today. So that makes a more entertaining show.
You know, I got to say, I don't even know. Is my mic even on? There we go. Now I'm turned back on. I learned a word today, and this is the perfect place where it should go. Thanks to our good friend Eddie Sell from Firehouse Radio. I learned a word. Buffoonery. So I want to give him credit for teaching me that word. So we can't get too far off topic. We
You understand that all that's doing is dating Eddie. Okay, because that means he's in the 40-something gap.
You've heard this before. I've never heard this word before.
Because you're 10 years our junior. We've been through this. What's new to you is old to the rest of us. Now, Lindsay's only in her 20s, so it must be new
proud.
to her.
He was pretty proud that I'm assuming he thought he came up with buffoonery.
Yeah, he's highly mistaken.
Have you ever heard buffoonery before?
Ellen, is her mic on?
It's a good word.
I'm not picking
Yeah.
her up. Okay.
Yeah, so I like that word. Especially, I mean, we look like buffoons.
You
but
understand
Eddie
you
looks like a
understand the
little
definition,
gorilla.
right? Our everyday staff meeting, marketing meeting, sales meeting.
It's 100% buffoonery.
Absolutely.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
is the definition. So
I told him I'm taking it. That's going to be my new word, buffoonery.
all right. I got nothing. if that's gonna make it, I'm not gonna insult Eddie. Eddie's one of our favorite people in the world. He's a fireman. He's a chef. He feeds us all the time.
He's got some stalkers in this office. I won't mention no names.
He's got a severe stalker in this area, but we'll leave it alone.
And she's multiplying. She's finding people that think like her to think the same way.
That's funny because the calendars are out there. There's emails. There's pictures. There's texting.
I swear I'm waiting for that woman to leave her office so I can set that calendar on fire.
What's funny, Lindsay, is ever since Arvin made contact with the fire people, firemen, firewomen that we associate with or socialize with in the different segments that we work on, my wife has she's always had a thing for firemen. She went to New York and so on. So the other day we came back from a meeting.
I have a question. Now, I know you said you're married.
I am, yeah.
Let's go with the fact that he's not a jealous husband.
He's not.
Do you have a thing for men in uniform? Firemen?
Depends on the uniform. Yeah, I could do that.
See? She went where? Okay.
Yeah.
So the other day
Now,
wait.
Now, keep in mind, I know, because he actually does a show here too. So I mean, I know him here at the studio, and then, like I said, I was hanging out with him this afternoon at a cigar shop. Eddie looks like a fireman. We've gone out, had some beers before, and this guy, he looks like he's pumping steroids into his arms while he sleeps. He's a big boy. And then we've also gone out with some of his fellow co-firemen.
Sure, we'll go with that.
They look just like scrawny guys. So if you're in a fire, this is the guy you want to see breaking down your door. This is a guy that would not only pick you up, your husband up, but he also pick up the family dog on the way out in one trip. I mean, he's a big guy. So
That's why he has a fan base.
I guess so.
You describe him quite well. We've had this discussion on multiple
Well,
occasions.
because I have to hear from 30 feet away. That's why.
We continue to mess with Arvin and say that's his man crush, but when he describes Eddie, he always seems to have a certain gleam in his eye. So,
God, I didn't
And he's
hear all that.
blushing a little, I think.
all right. So, Lindsay's going to sit with us through the show today. Arvin, tell me why she's here, because that part I'm at a loss on. I know you're a special guest, and I appreciate you being here.
Besides the fact she's beautiful.
No.
I mean, she
that's
could
fine.
be a
gets
fly
me
on
in
the
a lot
wall.
of doors, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Bob.
Well, she's here because Monica. Well, I don't even know if we're allowed to say it. I think she's going to call. But Monica, are we allowed to talk about her?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, we've done a red carpet event before because she invited us out and she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I have more clients that I'd love to have on your show." I'm like, "Sure, bring them on by." So she sent me a bio to the people that are going to be here today, but even more so the show. called The Record Keeper. Now, I've read through it, and it caught my attention 2 sentences into it. And apparently Phil's getting the finger back here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Now, my first question, is it going to be on traditional television? You said it's going to be...
It's going to be released initially on the web.
Okay.
So it will be released this fall or early next winter.
Okay,
Hold on. So before we go too much further, Alan was letting me know that he's got the trailer that we can watch so she can explain what we're looking at.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So for those of you that are streaming and logged in as usual, if you pay attention to your screen, Alan, go ahead and roll the trailer.
And if you're not streaming, you suck.
I'm sure you're wondering why you're here. I've been asked to get an accurate recording of events. Since the displacement, there's been a lot of false information.
You are an angel, and you rebelled against your king.
This punishment is too severe, Kate.
Death is the worst thing we've ever seen.
It changes you.
You've never had a dream, have you? It's because this hasn't affected you yet, but it will.
What do you call an angel without any power? Human.
This is not a battlefield! This is the home of truth!
I thought you said he loved us!
I have tried to save you, my brother.
They're creating loopholes for the humans. They're changing the game. They're changing the game.
There are no secrets.
I swear I want to...
You know what's funny is that I was asking her off the air before we started what The Record Keeper was about. She tells me that it's about the angels in heaven and the angels on earth. And my only fear is if there's record keeping going on, we already know that it's like 0 and 97 for all three of us. Okay? So
each, not as a collective.
Oh, no, not even as a collective. No,
well,
no.
you know, I am the record keeper, so I could maybe work a little something out for you.
If you can get us at least one in the win column, we'll take it.
Perfect.
I'd be like, Jesus, look, there's one there.
Well, see, and I tried. Middle name of Jesus, born on Christmas. What more do we want?
Can you believe that? That's actually true. That really is true. Middle name is Jesus, born on Christmas.
Come on. And I still can't get anything in the win column.
I wouldn't let you in.
No, I know. It just proves I'm a rat bastard.
Well, you have me here, so that's a
I
start.
like it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it.
And again, it's. I think nowadays with all the social media and everything, all the technology, I do think that is a good place to start. We're starting to see more and more the transition from anything traditional, whether it's TV or even radio, going out that way. Because I mean, even our show here in Rant Radio, everything's internet based, and most people listen to us through their smartphones nowadays. So I gotta say that's probably one of the best put together teasers I've seen in a long time.
And I gotta say though, I agree with you. That's where I think it's going. And again, as much as I appreciate NBC or KNBC News Radio picking us up and having us on the show, most of the media outlets these days suck. It kills me that if a show isn't strong in the first two showings, it's over.
Yeah.
And I think that if maybe they do go this route and kind of use it as a filtering, because I think it was at Lisa Kudrow's show just got picked up. Mm-hmm. She did 2 seasons or 3 seasons on the video show, and now it's going to become an actual I think there's like 3 shows they're picking up as part of the new lineup. So, and I'm like, I'm okay with that if it has to be vetted that way. So the real numbers, because again, I know it's going to bite me and people get all bent out of shape, but Nielsen, Arbitron, I don't like samplings.
I don't know who those morons are, but
well, and again, I'm one of those. You know,
no, I know exactly what you're talking about, and you're right. Those numbers, in my opinion, the phone's gonna ring. In my opinion, are completely skewed.
Well, they are, and what I don't understand, and I keep asking, is in today's world with so many boxes in people's homes, how the hell do they not know what I'm watching? I gotta believe somewhere somebody can hit a button and they know exactly what we're watching because we're tuned into it.
Well, if the government can listen to our phone calls, somebody's got to be able to know what I'm watching.
Well, but apparently, but Arbitron, Nielsen, these other guys, they got a lock on these things,
right? Where
they do it by sampling, and I think the numbers have decreased. It used to be 1 per 100,000. I think if I read correctly, somebody said it's 1 per 10,000. I'm like, ooh. So instead of one doorknob ruining my channel, I got 10 people now who, if these 10 idiots don't like it, I'm out.
Right.
And it drives me crazy.
Well, you see it now. It's starting to happen more and more to where, wasn't that, what's that actress's name? Longoria.
Eva Longoria.
Her show got canceled one episode in.
Okay, but in all fairness, I mean, my last name's Longoria too, and I love her, but the show sucked. It was the premise was stupid. The previews were stupid.
But shouldn't somebody have done the research before they spent all that money on the show?
They did, but they figured much like, and my wife will call any second now, the stupidity that is The Bachelor and Bachelorette and whatever other hooker
thank
fest
goodness
we have.
you didn't include Jersey Shore in that one.
Oh, well, no, because that was quality TV.
That's right.
Snooki, I mean, that's Snooki for president on that one right there. I mean, you know, come on. Snooki should be on the record keeper because she's going to heaven.
Season 2. See what I can do. Yeah.
Have you guys done an entire season? How many episodes will there be?
Yeah, we've done the first 11 episodes. And that is the benefit of doing it on the web is that the funding was there, the idea was there, the scripts were there, and we shot the whole thing, and the whole thing will be released as soon as as soon as we have the date.
Now that's another growing trend that we've seen on Netflix when they did House of Cards, and I have to say, I know a lot of people were against it, saying, "Oh, they're destroying the model," but I'm one of those people.
I couldn't not with the statement. I mean, no. I'm glad that they did it.
So because again, I have a DVR, and that damn DVR is at 87% capacity half the time because we're busy between the nonprofit work that we do, the work here, the shows, the things that we do. So I don't want to watch one show and let it in. If we get home at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night from an event, we might watch 6 episodes in a row, and I enjoy it that way.
Yeah. Right.
And I think that when shows are released in their entirety, especially if you like something, it just gives you the opportunity to really get engrossed by it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
See, that's what do they say? We're creatures of addictions. That's why, like, somebody was asking me here, like, "Oh, what do you think of Dexter?" I haven't seen a single minute of Dexter.
What?
Now I have the first. How many seasons? This is season 6, right?
Yeah, you have the first 5 ready to go.
I have the first 5 ready to go, but I will refuse to start watching it until they're all in. I think this is the last season too, right?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's
so
going.
I'll wait another. 3
I
months.
think the spoiler alert I heard was he's going to marry his sister. And yeah, I don't know. Somebody commented the other day that him and his sister are extremely close. I've never even seen an episode, so I'm just like, okay, he's going to marry his sister.
We have a guest here. Let's talk about the record.
I was going to say, he's coming out of Arkansas. I'm sorry. Okay, so the record keeper.
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Before we get too far into it, we're going to our first break, so I don't want to cut her off.
So we're going to sit here in silence for 30 seconds?
We'll stare at each other and do like we do at our regular meetings when somebody says, "Do you have an idea?" So who else are we expecting, by the way? Are we expecting more people? At one point you told me 5 people.
Now, from what I was told, I know you said one of them's coming from Burbank.
2 of them are coming from Burbank.
I'm willing to make a bet right now. Anybody that calls in, $1,000 if this guy makes it in before the show's over from Burbank.
If he's coming solo, it's going to be tough.
Well, his plane landed at 3. And then they grabbed the rental car. They've been on the road for a while. There they are!
Oh!
All right. Nobody called in. Nobody called in.
There it is. It's ringing. It's ring. Oh, we're going to break. So if you're on the phone, stick around. You can make fun of Arvin.
Caller, if you're still there, all you're getting at this point is a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Stick around. You listen to the 3 Guys Rant on KCAA, NBC News, Radio 1050 AM. We'll be right back.
Transmitiendo en vivo en Los Ángeles y alrededor del mundo. Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The 3 Guys Rant.
We are the 3 Guys Rant, coming to you live every Thursday from 5 to 6.
You can call us at 855-69 the 3 Guys.
It's not the 3 Guys. This is why you should turn in, because one has Tourette's, the other one's illiterate.
You really should listen, and you never know what's going to happen.
855-69 3 Guys, G-U-Y-S, and the number 3, not the.
Faces for radio, voices for the deaf.
Look forward to talking to you.
Hey, I'm audio candy. I don't know about you guys.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at Mucho.
Can we do a mic check for him?
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys want to do a mic check.
This is a test. This is a test. This is Jason Satterlund. Check 1 2.
This is Zaris Juson. Check 1 2 1 2.
Is Julio still here? Are we getting all 3 of them in the shot on the back end?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yanni says she's
Cameron?
15 minutes away.
Hi, I'm Paul Lane, host of the KCAA Morning Show, and I'd like to take a few seconds to tell you about pollen bursts. You may not know, but I've been confined to a wheelchair for over 20 years, and I've always looked for ways to increase my energy, mental clarity, and just feel good. Well, I found it in pollen bursts. It's natural, delicious, and easy to take, and I think you should try some too. To find out more, email me at paul@kcaaradio.com. That's paul@kcaaradio.com. Hey, join me so we can burst together.
Ticketsurgeon.com. Reach us at 855-WIN-4-199.
Did you get caught speeding, texting while driving, or doing anything else you weren't supposed to do?
Give us a call. Don't miss work. Don't lose out on the money. Don't get any more points. What about your insurance? Let us fight for you. Ticketsurgeon.com at 855-WIN-4-199.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez.
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
And you can listen to us every Thursday at 2 p.m. right here on KCAA Radio. What do we talk about, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
And we dance a whole lot. In fact, if you want to watch us every day, you can go to AaronandKellyLive.com. That's AaronandKellyLive.com.
Check it out.
Streaming live from Los Angeles, the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back from the break, and for those of you that are streaming live and watching the show, we have multiplied. We now have the lovely, I'm going to screw these names up here, Arvin. Who am I looking at? I've got Jason Satterland.
Yes.
And I have Eris Justin? Jusan.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. And we still have the lovely Lindsay Frame.
Correct. I was going to say, don't ask me that. I'm bad enough with one person.
Well, no, what's funny is, but I'm going to let them speak now because during the break, I got a text that told me, shut the hell up. You guys talk too much about yourselves. So I wanted to turn it over. And I do want to comment. I appreciate you guys flying all the way in from Portland, Oregon to come be here today. You fought LA traffic. So, hey, the next 11 minutes and 30 seconds belong to you.
Oh. Talk fast, talk fast.
Okay. Well, what are we talking about?
Started when mom and dad really loved each other a lot.
Right. I don't know if that's how I got here or not, but it's okay.
Awkward silence.
I was going to say, that sounds like Arvin. Arvin's like, did mommy and daddy, the two
what?
people loved each other? He's like, I don't know.
I don't think they loved each other.
Are you my daddy?
You guys look the same. Nice.
So all three of you did the movie together.
Yeah.
And
the web series.
I mean, that is it, man. I mean, the
Web
series
series,
as a whole.
It's basically movie length. It's 11 roughly 10-minute episodes, so it's about 2 hours long. It's basically a movie, but
right.
Yeah, I was a creator, writer, director. Eris was one of the characters, was stunt coordinator,
fight choreographer, DIT.
Kind of.
So were you doing your own stuff? Because we saw the trailer and there is some pretty insane moves going on.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of moves going on in there.
Yeah.
It was,
it was. I mean, with the help of the other actors and knowing what they were capable of doing, we put together fight scenes. We put together.
So it was in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like there's cables and in the studio somewhere. None of that stuff.
We used one cable jerk thing.
Yeah, we used one cable gag, kind of a jerk, but then that's it. Everything else was real time, and we had the help of a couple parkour guys.
I was going to say, Phil, I think we just found our personal trainer. We've been looking for 3.5 years. I think we just found one.
You understand what he said?
I've got
right?
tips.
I was going to say, in one of the scenes, I saw somebody run into a rock and do a backflip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You've seen enough Coyote.
You know what?
You do not see this. Do you not see this? This shape that I'm in has taken a lot of work. If I run into, I don't care if it's curved.
Well, I'm going to tell you the same thing I always tell you. Round is a shape.
It is a shape.
Just because people usually use you as the rock to do backflips, that doesn't matter.
That's my point. The gentleman that I saw do it, that you guys had him, coordinating stuff, that was beautiful. I mean,
that was a parkour guy. Like we hired him just because he was good at
he
that.
He could do flippy stuff.
We actually auditioned.
That's a technical term, flippy stuff.
Yeah, flippy stuff.
Well, he was funny because he'd be like, "Okay, we want you to dodge this knife throw." Like, there's one scene where Eris throws a knife at him, and we were thinking a backflip or something, and he's like, "How about a Bronco?" And we're like,
"What's a Bronco?
I don't even know what that." And he does this crazy, like, "What the crap was that?" Like,
yeah.
Where did the idea come from? How was the concept developed?
I was asked by a guy to. Originally, they wanted to do a book trailer on this book that's basically, in a nutshell, a religious history book. But the book spans like thousands of years of history. It starts at like 60 AD and it marches forward till present day. But when they asked me to do this trailer, it was like, it's so epic and huge. It's like asking me to do Gladiator. It was. Right. And he said, well, how about a web series? And it was like, that's like asking me to do a movie about American history.
Like where do you start?
Yeah, there's like 50 movies in there. So it was really, it took a long time to kind of develop it. And the other problem was, like with a movie about American history, there's no main character. It's like every chapter is a different person. So that's when the idea was born of like, how about immortal characters? Like, what if we told it through the eyes of angels? It's a religious history book after all. And it kind of played out from there. The original concept was angels in therapy, where
which is not far off from what.
That's kind of what
resulted.
It turned into, right? Yeah, because angels, as I was seeing it, like they're in this battle between good versus evil, and like soldiers, right now, a lot of times they come home with problems or post-traumatic stress and that kinds of things, and they would go and unload to a therapist, and then we eventually kind of twisted things around to a record keeper.
That's what was so interesting about it, because the idea of good angel, bad angel, you seem to have a basic connotation of what most religion is based on.
Correct.
But then you start having a record keeper and watching some of the scenes. It was interesting to see some of the angels actually become angry, actually have the
human side.
Well, not so much the human side, but more of, if they are defending the humans, or defending the people that are living, if they're having to go back for therapy. That's why I was curious, because initially when I read the overview, I thought, oh, maybe it's Touched by an Angel with a new twist. But based on the scene that I just saw, it's nowhere near that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're incredibly fragile and, and fallible and all of that in a really exciting way.
And your character even doubts whether or not you're fit for the job.
Yeah.
I've never seen angels done quite like this, where it's, and you know what? Humans aren't even in it that much.
Yeah.
We never see a human.
Because I was going to say, I know that there's the story of Jesus Christ and all these other things, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it like this. I mean, at least not to the best of my knowledge.
Well, no, that's why I was commenting. So you shot this up in Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
And the scenery is beautiful. And I know that's one of the things they've always commented, how when you look at it, everybody always assumes most of the biblical sense in all religions, it's always desert. It's always just going to be sand dunes, and it's always so boring. A lot of the cinematography. Thank you, Alan. Alan's putting out some of the shots for those of you that are streaming. You can get a view. I like these kind of colors. I think that this is also what's going to make it impactful, is that it lends itself almost to a spaghetti western with I mean, we won't call it religious, but with more of
There's
a
Oregon.
if you're going to add an angelic twist. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I think that's also one of the things that may help it, just because you get tired of. I know there was the series not too long ago with Roma Downey and her husband, Mark, the guy who did Survivor.
I'm thinking Mark Wahlberg, but I know that's
Burnett. I think it was Burnett.
Yeah.
They did the Bible, and it was.
That's right. Yeah,
it was very, very slow, mundane, drawn out. Okay.
Now I know you were extremely excited about that coming out, and once you saw it, you didn't have the same.
Yeah, no, I again, it was. I felt, because I figured in modern day kind of year, I thought, with the cinematography and the CGI and things that can be done, it's going to be spectacular. And no, it wasn't. But that's a whole other story. That's just my opinion. But in terms of some of what we've seen with your show, is there any other? I mean, what other twist would you put on it? Because I can't seem to find a comparison, which is great, because I think we lack so much originality out there. That's why I was curious how it came to be.
Yeah,
The other exciting thing is when they came up with the idea of giving it a steampunk style. Steampunk itself is this meeting of the very, restrained world of Victorian era meets like the industrial era and the Old West, and it's this sort of sci-fi version of Victorian, which to me speaks a lot to this idea of good and evil and sort of the battle of dual sides and the melding of worlds, and
it's futuristic and it's old all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you'll see a lot in a lot of those shots.
Well, I was noticing Alan is running the trailer again in the background. Also, you've got the people jumping.
Look at that!
Okay. That okay.
guy,
You want me to, dude, if I jumped in with my legs, I'd have no more legs. I would have crushed them upon impact. Okay.
What's the name of the guy, the X-Men character that runs?
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Oh, yes.
See, you got to fear the juggernaut, though. You got to fear the juggernaut.
You know, I'm kind of fascinated by like old like history, especially human prehistory and that whole world. And I've just never really seen a viewpoint into that world too much. And I always wanted to see like when you read like if you read the Bible and the old Bible stories, some of them can seem a little stale. You know, it's
right.
He went here and killed so and so, and it's very like emotionless.
Right.
And I wanted to see what it would look like through someone who's really emotionally invested. For example, like one of our episodes deals with the very first time angels see someone die.
Oh yeah, it's heavy.
They're like,
that's interesting.
They can't wrap their heads around it. They're like, they're having post-traumatic stress. They're having nightmares, killing each other because what is this thing? Like, they can't even define it. In fact, you struggle with even the word. I think murder is the word. Like, you don't even know quite how to say it right.
Yeah.
And you figured that would be interesting because based on the belief of what angels are, they've already experienced it, so it should be something second nature to them.
Right.
But to have to go through it in that manner, I think it does. And I really do like the approach you've taken because you keep using the term post-traumatic stress. And for the longest time, I know it got dismissed. Mike, who's not here today, our partner, he was in the first Desert Storm.
Oh, wow.
He served in the military there, and he talks a lot about the things that went on. And he says that even what he experienced, he always says that he removes himself because the young men and women today that are serving 3, 4, 5 tours, he says it's absolutely insane, even by his standards that went on in 91.
Wow.
So I think it's strong that, and I've always felt that, you know, they always say that the media and TV and shows have a point to somehow touch you or reach certain people. And that's one segment that perhaps has been missed all the way around. So maybe this is the one they need.
Well,
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Well, I mean, take that example. If you extrapolate that, an angel has to look into the darkest evil for thousands of years.
Well, just look at Arvin. That's the darkest evil.
It has to
the Three Guys Rant on KCAA 1050 News Radio AM. We'll be right back after the break. Stick around. They're going to stay with us. We'll be right back.
Call the Three Guys Rant now.
Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The Three Guys Rant.
We supply the words. You paint the picture. AM 1050 KCAA.
Hi, I'm Paul Lane, host of the KCAA Morning Show, and I'd like to take a few seconds to tell you about pollen bursts. You may not know, but I've been confined to a wheelchair for over 20 years, and I've always looked for ways to increase my energy, mental clarity, and just feel good. Well, I found it in pollen bursts. It's natural, delicious, and easy to take, and I think you should try some too. To find out more, email me at paul@kcaaradio.com. That's paul@kcaaradio.com. Hey, join me so we can burst together.
We are the Three Guys Rant, coming to you live every Thursday from 5 to 6.
You can call us at 855-69-THE3GUYS.
It's not the Three Guys. This is why you should turn in, because one has Tourette's, the other one's illiterate.
You really should listen in. You never know what's going to happen.
855-69-3GUYS, G-U-Y-S, and the number 3, not the.
Faces for radio, voices for the deaf.
Look forward to talking to you.
Hey, I'm audio candy. I don't know about you guys.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, Arvin and I are back. I got a text that said I did better in the second segment, and I shut the hell up a little bit more. So what I want to do is I wanted to ask Eris a question. One of the things is, you know, we've been doing radio for about 3.5 years now. We do a ton of advertising. We do a lot of... I come from the advertising world. I've done commercials and on and on and on. What's funny is as soon as you guys walked in, Jason was commenting how you did multiple jobs. And I was reading an article the other day how more and more productions are learning, and nothing against any of the unions in Hollywood. I don't want anybody from SAG or AFTRA or anybody else having a heart attack on me.
So you write me a check, then we're good.
But it's coming down to where they say that the changing world between the grips and the lighting and the director photographer and on and on and on has become where one person can wear 17 different hats. And I know that that's kind of shaken up some of the world, but that's also helped some of the smaller productions be able to have a fighting chance to get off the ground. I mean, can you talk to some of that and tell us, I mean, how many jobs did you do? You also acted in the movie?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think for the project that I had 4 or 5 hats, but a lot of people wore different hats as well. But what I've noticed is, in the web series world, you have a lot of control. So you could be the director, like Jason is, writer. But if you're also, if you just want to get better at the craft in general, you should know everything about it.
The multiple
absolutely
sides of it, right?
Exactly. But for this project, I mean, I've done a little bit of stunt work prior. So Jason brought me on board to help coordinate stunts, and we've done.
Just out of curiosity, is there a school for that, or how did somebody learn how to do that? I mean, besides punching your brother in the face, where do you learn?
Well, I mean, I know there's organizations that are set up that are they have seasoned stuntmen, seasoned fight choreographers. But what I've noticed is, nothing against those guys at all. I mean, it's a brotherhood. It's basically a fraternity that's very close knit because safety.
There are sisters in it.
There are sisters in it, absolutely. It's a fraternity / sorority, if I can say that. But it's a very tight knit group, and for you to really break into that group, you really have to prove yourself. And so to prove yourself, you start doing projects like this and get known around the area that you're safe. You do a great job. You have a lot of fun. Right. And so that's why Jason brought me on board. We worked on a previous project called Countermeasure, a short film, and he entrusted me with some stunt work and some fight choreography.
That's where I really found out.
Yeah.
Holy cow, you can throw yourself through a wall.
Yeah.
Totally safe. Wow.
We got walls here. You want to demonstrate?
Yeah. You can get it.
So let me cover 2 items just so I do some housekeeping, and then we'll continue on. The 2 things I'm being asked are, you had covered, what are the Geeky Awards, which we'll come back to. And the second one, before I forget, is when is the premiere? How can they see it? Is it available now? Where do they find it? And for those of you listening right now, you will be able to, Arvin will put up all the links on our social media. We'll broadcast it out. We'll make sure it stays as part of the station. But those are the 2 questions that I got right now.
Cool. Well, the Geekies. The Geeky Awards, this is the first annual Geeky Awards. It's going to happen this Sunday at the Hollywood Avalon. And it's everything geek, culture, geek-related, sci-fi, comics, everything of that whole world.
Stan Lee's going to be there.
Stan Lee is going to be there, and he's going to be accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award from Seth Green. Seth Green will be there also. Yeah, so we have some celebrities, we have people showing up, but basically it's an award show for that type of that genre, the geekies.
Now, I mean, no disrespect. It's just because I don't know. So I'm assuming it's like Comic-Con with awards.
Kind of. Yeah,
Okay.
You know what? Actually, that's actually really good. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Like I said, no disrespect.
No, but I do like the fact that what used to be completely the worst thing you could possibly be, you were there at 10.
Is that an award? Holy crap! I want one of
the
those.
award that you win. Yeah.
It's a ray gun. Okay,
right?
for those of you streaming, Alan has up on the screen for us right now. That's better than the MTV one.
I want one.
I was going to say, screw the astronaut. I want that one.
I don't want a moon man. I want a geeky. Julio. I want a geeky. That's spectacular. Oh, you can have a seat here. You can see with us. Thank you. For those of you that are streaming right now, the lovely Ayanna Berkshire.
Hi, you guys.
Just walked in
and just disrupted the whole.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I thought you were an actor. You don't even know where the microphone is. Man,
and while we're getting Ayanna set up here, can you tell us when is the series going to debut or premiere, and how can people find it and see it?
Well, right now the best place to look for it is on Facebook, which is facebook.com/therecordkeeper.
I know nobody's ever heard of Facebook.
Yeah, what is that?
You can Google it. If you haven't heard of Google, you can Bing it.
I know Face Friend. What's Facebook?
Face Magazine?
Face Magazine. So for those of you on Facebook, okay, and Arvin will put up the link also. And when does it premiere?
That is still a little up in the air because we're trying to get our marketing package together. All the episodes need to be done. We're doing reshoots in September. Our original plan was October, but I think we're going to have to push that back a couple months. I cringe to say that, but it might be February. But the best place for all the information right now is Facebook. We're still building all the other
Well, that's good. So they can follow you on there. They can stay updated
Now,
and stay current with all the
I
information.
did notice You guys have almost 16,000 people that have liked that page.
Yes.
And 10,000 of them, at least 10,000 of them, did that overnight when we released the teaser.
Yeah.
Put the teaser out and it went boom. It just exploded.
Well, hopefully we can add to that number because one of the things too, if there's any way you can do it for Christmas, I know most of us sit around by the fireplace.
Yeah.
Arvin makes fun of me because he says that's when I'm too white. But we sit around by the fireplace making s'mores and.
Well, we
put
do
it
have
up on
the
the big
story
screen.
of Baby Jesus in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That'd be great. So let me introduce Ayanna Berkshire. You're part of the show also.
I am.
And am I saying it correctly? Am I butchering your name?
Ayana Berkshire.
Ayana Berkshire.
Yeah, you
okay.
got it.
And I just wanted to
Thank
get you
you.
there. And
There you
thank
go.
you
Much
for
better.
There you are.
fighting with the traffic and getting down here to see us.
Yes, thank you so much, and I apologize for being fashionably late.
It's LA. It's LA.
I wanted to give all of these guys their chance to really shine before I came in and just blasted
now we
everything.
can't talk
Yeah, now we'll see you guys later.
So now you're going to take over. Is that what it is? You're going
That's
to run
right,
this?
yeah.
I like it. I like it. So now that we've done the housekeeping, we talked about where we can go. We've explained. Oh, and I was saying that I'm very excited about the Geeky Awards, at least on a personal level.
Yes.
Because it's no longer a bad thing to be a geek.
Right. It's no
Now
longer.
it's
I
almost.
was going to say, I'm completely surprised because you are one of the biggest geeks I know for you not to know about the Geeky Awards.
Well, it's the first
It's
annual.
new.
It's the first. It's
So
brand new.
I have two questions.
Go ahead.
Can we tag along and go?
He says no.
I hope so. It'd be
You
great
were
for
about
us
to
to
say
tag along and go.
Well, there's a red carpet, right?
There's a
I mean,
red
does
carpet
that mean-
event. If you go to the geekyawards.com,
Right.
you can find all the information there. But you can also stream it on Sunday. It'll be live streaming.
So this is
Oh.
it here. Is this? I'm
That's a
assuming-
picture of what
Yes,
the stadium's going to look
that's
like.
right.
in
It's
the
at
geek
the
event.
it's at the Avalon.
Outstanding.
And a little tip, by the way, when they stream
really
this, when they stream it, they are going to play the full trailer.
Oh, nice.
Which is
So-
amazing.
So is that not the full trailer that we have here?
That's
That's
the
the
teaser.
teaser.
Okay.
The
Did you not hear the
full
word teaser
trailer.
earlier? Teaser.
I'm sorry.
Hence the reason you have problems dating. It was a teaser.
And then question. Can I continue?
I'm sorry,
Question
please
number
go on.
2.
Yes.
Now, if I read it correctly, you guys are up against Stanley's Parker.
Parkour. Yeah.
Parkour.
I've had a parkour. Oh wait, that's not what I was gonna say. There's nothing wrong with them. And then also Breaking Bad, or not Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was a
I-
Walking Dead parody short that was made, and it's in the same category that ours is in.
Now
So we're
that's-
going up
that's
against.
gotta
Can
be
we vote in
huge.
advance?
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
voting
know.
now just because I think, in my personal opinion, not
Right.
against anybody in the room, I think that show is crap. The Walking Dead. I really think.
What do you really think?
I was going to say.
How do you really feel?
There's 300 million people in America. 297 million of them like the show, but Arvin doesn't. So
Well,
I don't think the zombies are at all accurate.
Alan's upset and he killed. So, by the way, for those of you just joining us, if you're streaming live, you're noticing to my left, you normally see the hardcore Boricua. Mike is not here. He's the former Marine. We now have the lovely Ayanna Berkshire. And let me get to her. So, you want to tell how was your time on the series and what did you do? And
It was so amazing. I actually shot with Lindsay Frame. She and I worked together most closely during my shoot for the show. And we got to shoot in Page, Arizona at Horseshoe Bend, which is a part of the Grand Canyon. It was stunning. It was so beautiful. And we were on this 1,000-foot cliff, and the wind is blowing, and, you know, we're kind of teetering over the edge. There it is.
That's it.
And it was just so breathtaking. No matter where you looked, it was just gorgeous. And it was so fun because there were tourists there as well. And there's no barrier, there's no gate, you know, to keep you from falling over the side of the cliff. And they were kind of just like so excited. Here they had this natural wonder, and then they had us shooting there, which was the first time in history anybody had ever shot there.
Right.
And
Now,
so
what
it was
what is the
amazing.
reasoning behind that? It's just they don't permit it. Were you
should
guys in
have
and out?
You should have seen the load in because we loaded in that. How long was that jib?
Man,
Do you have that picture again, Alan? Of the
I was going to say, it looked.
crane?
It was.
That's pretty long.
It was a.
Next one.
Longer than 20 feet.
Next one.
Next one.
It was about a
Yeah, it was-
mile.
Yeah, loading
a mile
in
load in
to the
Oh, there's the
location.
jib there. I don't know how long that is.
Man,
At
that's
least 20 25 feet maybe.
You guys didn't hump it in, right? You got to drive it
Yeah,
in?
that's a mile. I mean, there was a little golf cart, but the rest of us were literally
Loading it by
dragging
hand.
sand.
Wow.
It was a very tough, and we did it in one day. Your
Yeah.
whole scene, and
Yeah, we did.
but the shots are, as you saw in the teaser, the opening shot
Right.
is
So I
Lindsay
guess
on the edge of that.
I guess that's the reason they've never filmed there before. Nobody wanted to put in that
Yeah.
work.
I don't know, but it made the world of a difference. I mean, that
Right.
location was absolutely
stunning.
just
Yeah.
All I gotta say is that it was a good thing that Mikey's not here, but it's a good thing us three weren't there because we would have pushed one of us over the cliff.
You know, that was my first thought. I really did. When I saw the picture and you were describing it, I said,
like 1,000 feet.
I was
let's
going to
see if
ask,
he
is there a
bounces.
netting? Is there
Right.
something?
No.
Nothing.
As a matter of fact, when we first got to the spot where we were shooting, we both had to kind of stand there a little bit and acclimate, because when I first walked out there, my heart was pounding and I was getting vertigo, and I was like, this isn't going to work for the scene.
And Eris was
You're
so
like, back to
sweet.
Portland.
Yeah, Eris was so sweet because he'd walk us out
Holding
there like
hands.
holding hands.
Yeah, little did they know I was terrified just as bad as they were.
Okay, so just know that if you ever take Arvin and I, we're going to be holding your hands even more.
Okay.
Okay, and the sweating will not be for any other reason than I'm
Phil,
about to die.
Speak for yourself. I won't be holding hands. He'd be picking me up like this and walking me around.
Baby.
I can do that. I'll help you.
I like
I'll
it.
help
The
out.
park ranger said the last person that fell off of that spot, they found in 35 separate pieces.
Oh
Wow,
my!
I didn't
Thank you,
hear that story.
Jason.
Awesome!
I'm so glad.
Way to bring it down. That's what I'm here for.
For you kids listening at home.
Talk about the watermelon effect.
Yeah.
But whenever you see that scene, just okay. So they're sitting on a bench on the lip of this cliff. That's where the scene takes place. There's a grip standing there with a big 4 foot by 4 foot cardboard. Well, it was called a floppy, but he's standing there with this
To
giant
bounce the
sail
light.
in his hands to bounce the light, and we were all just like,
He's like 2 feet from the edge.
Was it
sphincter
windy?
factor of
Oh,
like
yeah.
9
Yeah, he was between us and the edge, and then that wind was just.
That's bad.
He's
Yeah, that
about
was-
as
Rolling.
hardcore as it gets. He was pretty hardcore.
We feel pretty, hardcore in general.
All right, we're coming down to our final break. We'll be back for the final segment. We have special in-studio guests, several of the cast members, the writer, director, producer, if I understood correctly, of The Record Keeper.
Correct.
I will hope and pray that whatever's up in the skies doesn't really exist, because Arvin and I are 0 and 97 right
I
now.
already told you, I'll meet you in hell.
There you guys, Rant.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez,
And I'm Kelly V. Dolan.
and you can listen to us every Thursday at 2 p.m. right here on KCAA Radio. What do we talk about, Kelly?
We talk about everything from entertainment to business and tech, and we have a few laughs in between.
And we dance a whole lot. In fact, if you want to watch us every day, you can go to AaronandKellyLive.com. That's AaronandKellyLive.com.
Check it out.
Hi, I'm Paul Lane, host of the KCAA Morning Show, and I'd like to take a few seconds to tell you about pollen bursts. You may not know, but I've been confined to a wheelchair for over 20 years, and I've always looked for ways to increase my energy, mental clarity, and just feel good. Well, I found it in pollen bursts. It's natural, delicious, and easy to take, and I think you should try some too. To find out more, email me at paul@kcaaradio.com. That's paul@kcaaradio.com. Hey, join me so we can burst together.
Thank you, Inland Empire, for listening to KCAA Radio.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back for the final segment of the show. We have special in-studio guests. Let me see if I get all their names right. I've got to my left the lovely Ayana Berkshire. Right in front of her is Eris Hussein. Jusan. I've got the master of all the Record Keeper world, Jason Satterman. And to his left, the lovely, I'm going to get it wrong. Oh, there it is, Lindsay Frame. I was going to say Lindsay Price. I'm sorry, Lindsay Frame. And Alan's going to put the picture up one more time of the Geeky Award, because we are wishing them the best. And I want one for no other reason than just because. But we are hoping they get it.
Oh.
So we're going to use
I
the
swear, if I had
mascot.
one of those, I would take it everywhere.
I
go
agree
to
with you.
Masters,
I
I'd go to
would.
Morton's, I would just put it on the table. Bring me my steak.
So during the break, you guys were sharing with us, and I'd love to hear more about this. Now, did I understand it correctly? It was filmed in multiple languages. It has multiple languages.
Yeah.
And sign language.
And sign language.
And sign well, we speak 20 different languages in the series, and then it's been translated. Well, at least our trailer only. Sorry, so far, correct?
Yeah, it's been translated into
Portuguese
and Spanish.
Right. So far.
But we wanted, my initial thought going in is this isn't an American story. We wanted this to feel like a very rich, colorful tapestry of all life. So like the very first opening lines are in Spanish.
Yeah.
And Lindsay speaks fluent Spanish.
Beautiful
Yeah.
Spanish.
Apparently like with a great perfect accent, from what I understand.
Well, and I think that's brilliant because, again, in today what America is, or the United States as it is, short of showing something from 1812 when they came over on the Mayflower, I think they should have the multiple languages. I saw that you had multiple ethnicities in the show. You had people from foreign countries. You've got I think that's kind of where we're at, and I got to believe that a lot of the mainstream and the mainstay that we've seen in the past is gone. I think it needs to go away and open up and accept who we really are.
Eris never speaks English.
Right. I'm Filipino.
I would say he's talking English right now.
Oh my God, it's a miracle.
I learned it on the way here.
It's the studio. You see how strong. Guys, this is for you. Line 1, caller, you with us? Caller?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
It's for you
Monica.
guys.
Oh, hi, Monica.
Wow, I'm really enjoying your interview, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Monica is one of our PR mavens.
Yes, her and Arvin are somehow connected in the social media digital universe as it is.
We face friend.
Beautiful. Whatever it's called.
I'm still on Friendster, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, what's that?
So I actually have a quick question for everyone in the cast. How was your experience in playing your role in this series, and what did you learn from it?
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's a great question. Great question, Monica.
Go ahead.
No.
I had a great experience. I had a fantastic experience. As far as what I learned, it was amazing. A lot of it was just so great. As we said, there's so much. It is like these therapy sessions where these people, the angels come to see the record keeper, and it was so interesting taking the journey of the record keeper, because at first she's just sort of this innocent angel who's never seen death, never seen the earth, doesn't even really quite understand what evil is yet, and she's hearing all of these stories, and then sort of taking that journey to the end of the season when like everything explodes, and it was pretty exciting.
If you need a picture of what evil is, just use Arvin's baby picture.
That's right.
This is what evil is.
Actually, it's
That's
funny
how
you say
you
that. I
end
used
every
that.
sentence.
I had that on set with me.
Just look at this picture.
His mother's name is Rosemary.
Man, it's the best experience of my life. To do something of this nature. This is history and religion. These are all subjects close to me. So like being able to wind them into a really cool narrative, and having such fantastic people like to bring it to life, like it was just incredible. Especially, I've traveled quite a bit around the world, so like people on the set were speaking tons of languages. There's all this color. It was really cool. It was just, and then the steampunk. I mean, it kept getting. It was one of those experiences. I think we all walked around the set looking at each other, going,
What is this here?
That is the recorder that Lindsay uses or Raina uses to record all the interviews. That's a steampunk creation.
Elliptical manograph.
Yeah, she's talking like a different language to me right now. That wasn't English to me.
Yeah, it was. We all, I think, walked around going, "Let's keep our eyes open during this because this may never happen again."
Exactly.
It was
one
incredible.
of the best experiences for sure on set.
Yeah, it was the best experience I've ever had on set and working. Look at that.
There's Jason.
Oh, Jason, steampunked.
And Eris, by the way, plays a very bad man.
I play a very, very, very bad fallen angel.
Mankukulam.
Yeah, Mankukulam, who, my face is all tatted up. I shaved my head into a mohawk for this.
Nice.
Which I never had before. And, overall, working with the cast members, even the crew, you're right. It was one of those experiences where you look
Now,
back.
I keep seeing these charms. What are the charms? Like the little ball on a chain. There was a picture right before.
It's kind of a story arc within it. The Loris, that's the picture there. That's actor Dennis Hill, and Caden, who's basically his brother, are friends before the fall. There he is. Yeah, Caden. That's Jun-Soo Ham. They are best friends before the whole Lucifer and the fall and all of that. They just happen to be on two different sides of the line. One of them follows Lucifer, or we call him the general. We never refer to him by Lucifer.
Right.
And the other one stays in the side of light. And that little amulet is kind of a symbol of their brotherhood. It's a piece of a nebula they carry around. and it kind of works its way through the
You
story.
guys have some amazing props for this.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah,
Our prop
Jason
master.
found an amazing steampunk artist in Oregon who built most of the machines. And
All I'm gonna say is, wherever this goes, if we can at some point get somebody to sign it, whatever it might be,
Yeah.
we'd be more than happy to put it up here at the office.
We can sign
Last
Lindsay.
question for you, for Monica.
Yes. For me, it was great because I moved to Los Angeles almost 3 years ago from Oregon. And so the biggest coup for me was being able to work with all of my friends and having, talked with Jason for a number of years about a great project for us to work on together and seeing all these amazing people come together. It was really this beautiful labor of love and collaboration that I have I've never seen before. And Jason had arranged for Lindsay and Junsu and Dennis, all of us to work together in Los Angeles. So we got to create this wonderful way of communicating before we ever stepped on set. And so it was this wonderful shorthand, and you just felt so at home. And the costumers and the makeup artists and the crew, it was wonderful to step home with all of them, and it really grounded this incredible project for me.
Now,
Go ahead. I don't think.
Don't forget Monica's on the phone.
I'm sorry, Monica. How are you doing?
The four of you were answering her question.
I'm listening, guys. All good?
Monica, stop being a distraction.
No, I was gonna say you were second in line for Reina back when we started, and it was a tough decision because we've been friends since the beginning of time.
Grade school.
Didn't work out, but it was
That's
like,
funny
okay.
you said the beginning of time, isn't it?
See how I did that? But like when it didn't work out to have Ayana play Reina, we were like, we got to put her in some great meaty role, and so this part was.
She
crafted.
got a way better role.
Yeah, it was crafted just for her, this particular part, which we can't really say.
Yeah, we can't say.
We'll find out.
I do have a question, and I don't know if you'd have an answer, but what is the ultimate goal that you're hoping for? To land on TV? I almost see this as like a movie trilogy.
Oh, it'd be great.
I could totally see this taking
Yeah.
off. Screw Twilight. That was crap too.
One of them was in it.
She was in Twilight.
Except for her part.
I saw one of the bios had it in there. I was like,
I think that it could play as a movie. I think it'd be amazing. I think as a TV show like Game of Thrones, the nice thing about going that route would be it's so much, you can expand the world so much.
Right.
This is I think we all felt that while we're doing it, like we were looking into this world that we barely cracked open.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a lot of time to explore too far.
Yeah.
And a series would be, I think, even better.
Correct.
I mean,
I would agree.
And the world itself is so dynamic, and then the history is so faceted that it could, you could take it in
Go on
so many
forever.
different directions.
Absolutely.
I want to compliment the four of you because one of my biggest pet peeves in the world, and I drive the guys crazy at the office, is the usage of proper English, let alone expanding their vernacular. The words you guys have used today have been the most cerebral experience I've had with this group
I gotta
in
say,
3 years.
I gotta say this episode sucks because there's no buffoonery in here.
And what I'm saying, I am after reading about it and hearing it, I am very much looking forward to it because, again, nothing against the genre, and I realize there's an audience for it because my wife supports 27 of them. But if I have to watch one more house hooker from New Jersey or Compton or some other crazy bat job from East LA, I'm going to shoot myself. So
There's a show about East LA. I'd watch that one.
It's called
There
East Los
is.
High.
Yeah.
The who? East Los High.
Yep, it's new.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I wanted to again commend all of you, and it's one of the things that I think we lack and we're missing a lot of. And my wife will say certain shows that I like. She'll say, "Why did they get canceled?" I always tell her because they're too smartly written.
Yeah.
I don't think people want, and I do believe there's an audience for it, and that's kind of where I think.
The only problem is that those people are usually working, being productive, and aren't home watching it.
I understand, but something like this will give them an opportunity.
Right.
And
No,
I think
I'm all
that's
for
where,
it.
again, a lot of the Comic-Con people who have transitioned, I think they were always mislabeled as just being geeky and goofy, and they were written off. I think a lot of the stuff that's written for that particular genre is extremely intelligent. Has an extremely good language, and I'm looking forward to a lot of it. So I really do applaud all four of you in the show. And we're looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Monica, is there anything you want to add? We're coming down to the wire. We got about a minute and a half left.
No, I think you guys did great. Thank you for answering my question.
Oh, thank you, Monica.
Thank you.
All right, Arvin, anything for Monica?
Monica, stop being a distraction.
I'll get off the phone now.
Thanks, Monica. Have a
Thank
great
you,
evening.
Monica.
Okay, great job, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Gotta love that
Let me
woman.
go around the
She
table.
connected us.
Yes.
We got about 45 seconds. Anything you'd like to plug, push, or say before we go?
Yes, it's an amazing, amazing production. Check it out. Get on the Facebook list so that you're aware of every movement that it takes.
Yeah,
Lots of updates.
Yeah, The Record Keeper on Facebook. The Record Keeper.
We're following. We liked it.
The thing
Cool.
is, we don't have a big marketing budget, so all the likes, all the views, the more of those that we get, the more of a chance we'll have to make more. So
Right.
please support us. Give us a like, share it.
Yep, we're at TRK Web Series on Twitter.
Right, correct. At TRK Web Series on Twitter. And also be sure to, I guess, look on your guys' website for the Ustream
Yeah.
for the Geekies. You guys will see the world premiere.
If you guys take pictures,
Yep,
send them over.
world
We'll
premiere of the
post
trailer.
those
All right.
too.
Oh, absolutely. We absolutely will. Thank you guys.
And I
You guys
just
are
want to
awesome.
end
you.
with saying I love Twilight.
Busted.
Thank you so much for all of you visiting.
Thank
That's
you.
been another edition of the Three Guys Rant. We'll be back next Monday. Have a great week, all.
Wait,
Take
wait.
care.
What's the tagline? That's how you do a show.
Thanks, guys. You guys are great. Thank you.
If you
We are the Three Guys Rant.
With Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
Coming to you on the Rant Radio Network every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call us at 855-69 The Three Guys.
It's not the Three Guys. This is why you should turn in, because one